we're going to be dividing fractions with the standard algorithm. This is review, but we're going to go over some of those rare cases where you may get a little stumped or confused. For example, mixed numbers or just whole numbers, which is review from 5th grade. But some of you may get a little anxious. So we're going to go through this really quick. I'm just going to go through the steps and then I'm going to pass it off and they're going to do example questions. So remember, when you get stuck, go back and watch these videos. So your first step is to find the reciprocal of the divisor in operations. Remember, the reciprocal is the inverse or opposite of, and the inverse or opposite, that's just what it is. Okay? And then the divisor is the second term, and the operation is multiplication, division, addition, or subtraction. Then you're going to solve and you're going to simplify. Simplify, remember, means to make it smaller, to condense it. And remember, the reason we find the reciprocal is to eliminate the need to find the common denominator so that we can just find what we want over what we have. Moving on.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say you come across a problem where it's 2/3 divided by 4. It's a whole number. What do we do? Don't worry, it's easy. So we know that when we have a whole number, that whole number is over 1, right? 4 over 1 is the same thing as 4. So there's our fraction. We have 2/3 divided by 4 over 1. Going back to my steps, I have to find the reciprocal of the divisor, and my operation. So if I rewrite this, I get 2/3 times, right, opposite, 1 over 4. And then I solve. 2 times 1, right, we just multiply straight across. 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 4 is 12. My last step is to simplify. Can this be simplified? Yes, it can. If I were to divide each number, numerator and denominator, by 2, right, to simplify my fraction even further, I get 1/6. And that is my answer.
But Miss Estrada, what if the 4 is the dividend and the 2/3 is the divisor?
Same thing. So let's say I'm gonna erase this whole thing, right? And I rewrite my problem. So let's say you come across 4 divided by 2/3. We know this whole number is over 1. My steps are to find the reciprocal of the operation and the dividend. So I just write it out normally, guys. 4 over 1 times, right, reciprocal of the division. My reciprocal of 2/3 is 3 over 2. And then we solve. 4 times 3 is 12. 1 times 2 is 2. And then if I were to simplify this number, we know that this bar here means division. And if I were to divide, right, I get my answer of 6. There's my answer. You guys can do it.
Awesome.
And I'm gonna clean this board.
Sometime later.
Alright, hello guys. Don't mind me, I'm just chilling. Doing what Brandon said of just sitting there staring at the wall, but I was staring at you guys. Alright, am I doing it right, Brandon? Alright, so look. Now I'm going to show you guys how to divide a mixed number with a fraction, because I know that could be tricky for some of you. It's 5th grade review, nonetheless. I know a lot of you guys need it, okay? So, let's look at this example right here. We'll look at 1 2/3 divided by 2/4. So that's just my example I came up with out of nowhere, out of the blue, get it? Okay, so the first things first. Well, I do need to look at my steps, so let's look at the steps over here. First, I have to find the reciprocal and all that good stuff. But I see this, and this is making me very, very, very uncomfortable, okay? I just don't like seeing that and this together. They just don't, they're not friends. I mean, they could be, but I don't like that. So I'm gonna change this mixed number into a fraction, okay? How do I do that? Let me refresh your memory because you learned that last year. So, to change a mixed number into a fraction, you have to multiply your whole number, which is 1. Multiply that times the what is this called? Denominator. So 1 times 3 is 3. And then you get your number 3 and you add it to the numerator. So 3 plus 2 is 5.
Funny joke to help you remember the denominator and numerator names. Ready?
Good.
Get it? Get it? It's gonna be really funny. There's a fine line between numerator and denominator. Math joke. Fine line.
Knee slapper. That's it. Knee slapper. Alright. So now what I do is I get my number I just got by multiplying and then adding, and I put it over our denominator that we already have that exists there. This denominator, okay? And you put it under there. How do I know if, you know why this makes sense? Because if I wanted to change this back, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. All I have to do is divide 5 by 3 and it'll give me 1 2/3 again.
Or think how many 3's fit into the 5 and what's left over.
Awesome, yes. Okay, now I'm gonna kind of erase this part because I'm just dropping everything today. Because I want to show you guys this part. Okay, looking at my next step. Now that I have, oh, and let me rewrite it too. So 5/3 divided by 2/4. I'm just gonna rewrite it because in my head, I like to write every single step out. Because if I do make a mistake in the problem, I like to go back to the exact spot where I made that mistake so I can learn from it. That's the reason why I rewrite everything when I'm doing stuff, okay? Anywho, so now I'm dividing 5/3 divided by 2/4. My next step, find the reciprocal of the divisor and the operation. So find the reciprocal of these two things. So I'm gonna rewrite 5/3. And the reciprocal or opposite of division is multiplication. And then the reciprocal or the inverse here of 2/4 is 4/2. Flip them like that. And then now I can multiply straight across. 5 times 4 is 20. 3 times 2 is 6. And I'm done. Yay, bye.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
What?
Get back over there.
Did I, what?
You missed a step.
Oh, yes. Yes, simplify. All right, sorry, jeez. Sorry, not sorry. I'm just kidding, yeah. I am sorry because this is my grade, okay? This is my grade. All right, so.
Ooh, paying attention and caring about your grades.
Yes, so I know, look at the numerator versus the denominator. The numerator is bigger than the denominator, so I could kind of in my head see that I could divide, because this line needs to divide. 20 divided by 6. And I can't really mentally do that, I'm not in a Z. So I'm going to do this, okay? 20 divided by 6. And then how many times can 6 go into 20? 4, 3. 3 times 6 is 18. And then get that. And I have 2 left over.
Whoa, I don't understand that subtraction. You gotta show your work.
Fine. Okay. I can't subtract 0 from 8, so I have to borrow. And then this becomes 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. So you can put 0 if you want. 10 minus 8 is 2. So, yeah.
But we start on the right side. So, we know this. We got this. This is definitely review.
So 6 divided by 2, you can't do that. So you put 0.
Yes, nice job.
Fine. Okay. I'm being a rebel today. Okay. So yeah, I have 2 left over, and we did this, we said remainder, but we're not doing the remainder. We're doing the review part, which we put it as a fraction. Remember that? So we bring our 2 up here, and we put it over our, what was that? Denominator, which is 6.
So this would be an example of when you turn your remainder into a fraction. This would be an example of when you need to do that.
But wait, there's more. I want a good grade. I don't want to be like skipping steps like I was right now, rebelling. I could still simplify 2 6. Okay. So how do I do that? I can divide the top and the bottom by 2. 2. And now I can get, my final answer is 3 and 1 over 3. That is the most simplified I can get. So again, what is 1 and 2/3 divided by 2/4? 3 and 1/3. Yay, yay. That is how you do it.
Woo.
All right.